Hey there, Agile adventurer. Just a quick question. What if, for the price of a fancy coffee or half a pizza, you could unlock over 700 hours of the best Agile content on the planet? That's audio, video, e-courses, books, presentations, all that you can think of. But you can also join live calls with world-class practitioners and hang out in a flame war-free and AI slop-clean Slack with the sharpest minds in the game. Oh, and yes, you get direct access to me, Vasco, your Scrum Master Toolbox podcast. No, this is not a drill. It's the Scrum Master Toolbox membership. And it's your unfair advantage in the Agile world. So if you want to know more, go check out scrummastertoolbox.org/membership. That's scrummastertoolbox.org/membership. And check out all the goodies we have for you. Do it now. But if you're not doing it now, let's listen to the podcast. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our TGIF and Product Owner episode this week with Darryl Wright. Hey, Darryl. Welcome back.
Hi, Vasco.
So we're going to talk about product owners, and we know there are some amazing product owners out there, and we will pay homage to them by describing how they work in a minute. But first, share with us the horror story, potentially the worst product owner anti-pattern you've witnessed in your career, Darryl.
All right. So, yes, I will preface this by saying there are some amazing product owners. We're going to talk about them in a moment. But first, so the most destructive anti-pattern I've ever seen was a team that had a product owner who was PO in name only. They weren't doing any of the functions that a product owner would do. They were quite a senior business person, and they were too busy to spend time with the team. They're what I call an MIA, missing in action PO. And what that meant was that the team never saw the PO until the showcase. And so the team would come along with work that they deemed was finished, and they would present it in the showcase, you know, looking to get feedback on this work and looking to be proud of this amazing work that they'd done. And the product owner had not seen it before because he wasn't around. And so he would be seeing it for the first time in the showcase, and he would then accept or reject the work in the showcase in front of other stakeholders. So the team would stand up, look to be really proud of this piece of work, and the product owner would say, no, I don't accept that. And the team were crushed. They were deflated. They were demoralized. They looked like fools in front of some senior stakeholders.
So basically throwing the team under the bus, as they say.
Correct. Yeah. So that's, if I'm ever in a situation like that as a Scrum Master or a coach, I lobby as absolutely strongly. I influence as much as I possibly can with that PO to, even if you can't spare any other time for the entire sprint, at the very, very least, just 1 hour, like the night before, like if the showcase is on a Friday, like Thursday night, or even just Friday morning, just enough time for the team to be able to say, this is what we want to bring to the showcase, this is where it's at, and the product owner can say, yes, yes, no, no, yes, and then the team can just take those things out so that they are never put in that situation where they're already bringing stuff to the showcase that the PO has seen, and they never...
Well, I can hear a bunch of anti-patterns here. So first of all, there's the MIA PO, so no feedback during the sprint. There's definitely an anti-pattern. The other anti-pattern is that the team, knowing that the PO is MIA, because obviously they are, still goes into the showcase with the idea of getting validation instead of asking for feedback. So they expressed subservience rather than curiosity, right? Like they didn't enter the review with the mindset of we're building this together. They entered the review with we're so proud of what you did, what we did. Please tell us we did it well. And that's, of course, not the kind of environment we want for the teams either. The teams should always be in the perspective of the how do you call it? The explorer. We're exploring what might deliver value to the customer. The stakeholders are a proxy to the customer. They give us feedback. But we are explorers. We are not cake makers, right? Like we don't make a cake and expect people to tell us how good the cake is. We go there and we try a route. We see, do we get the gold or the spices we're looking for? We try another route. Do we find the lake or the cottage we were looking for? Whatever that is, right? And then the final anti-pattern, which I think is perhaps the one that you started with, which is this idea that the stakeholder saw themselves as a separate entity from the team. The stakeholder, in this case, the PO, thought of themselves as a judge. And I'm showing a mug to Darryl that has a quote from Deming that says, leader is a coach, not a judge. And when the PO takes the judge anti-pattern, and it really is an anti-pattern in the role of the PO, they kind of extract themselves from the responsibility, put all of the responsibility on the team. And let's be clear, the responsibility for what the team delivers, not the quality, not the speed, but what the team delivers is strictly with the PO, not with the team. The team can give feedback. The team can say, hey, we think this would be a better idea. But the PO owns what is delivered. The team owns how it is delivered. So that's kind of my thinking of the anti-patterns. How do you see it, Darryl?
Yeah, very similar. The basic building block of any Agile or Scrum way of working is an empowered team. The team are supposed to be empowered, and this team was not empowered in any of those aspects. So it's complete anti-patterns.
Absolutely. So, but there aren't only these anti-patterns. There are also some amazing product owners out there, Darryl. So let's focus on one of them. Share with us potentially the best product owner you've ever worked with. How did they work?
So I've got a slightly unusual answer for you for this one, Vasco. I'm sure that you've had many people on your podcast who have had incredible stories about amazing POs. So I wanted to bring you something different today. So in this particular occasion, I was working for a large consulting company, 170,000 staff worldwide, so quite big. And there was a team that was they were tasked with doing this particular project, and it was going to be a difficult project to do. It was going to be hard work, and the team were not at all inspired to do it. And I suggested, why don't we do this project in an agile way, take an agile approach to it? And no one in the team had any experience with Agile at all, right? The only person in the entire team that had even heard of it was one young guy who was a new graduate that said, I think one of my university subjects, we did something on Agile for a week or something, and that was it, right? And I said, congratulations, you know the most about Agile out of the whole team, so you're the Scrum Master, right? And he went, I'm what now? Okay, great, right? And then I said to the executive sponsor, I said, you're the one with all the, the business acumen and the stakeholder management skills and everything like that. You are perfect to be the product owner. And she went, okay. And so we started, we ran this project and it was incredible. Like, not only did the team knock the project absolutely out of the park, they completed an 18-month project in just over 7 months. And not only was it amazing in terms of its productivity and success, but when we talked to the team about it, the number one, highest feedback item was how much fun they had. And given that this was going to be an awful, tricky, difficult project they didn't want to do, that's an amazing result. And I put it down to the mindset of the people in the team. They were open, they were willing. And even though we were asking them to work in a way they'd never done before, they were like, let's give this a go. And the product owner, being she was a senior leader, she already had so many of the skills that a good product owner needs to have, right? She was collaborative, and that meant that she was present, like the opposite of the MIA, product owner. She came and she sat with the team and she worked with them side by side. Even when she was working on something different, she'd be there, she'd be available. She was really decisive Like she had a real skill at decisiveness. And that meant when there were prioritization calls that need to be made, she would just make them. And everyone was 100% clear. Nobody was ever confused about the priority because she was so clear and decisive about it that it just made it really easy. She had great communication skills, which is vital for a PO. So when she was articulating the vision of where we were going to go with this thing, she was really good at doing that. And she had great stakeholder management capabilities as well because of those communication skills. And she had such good business acumen, that commercial sense, that when we were having conversations around delivering value and prioritizing based on business value and looking at how much value we could create with our customers in the shortest time, she instantly knew what that meant. So she had all of the skills to be a PO, but she had no idea what being a PO meant. But because she approached it with openness and willingness, and she just jumped right in, boots and all, she was just like, I'm going to do this thing. Whatever you tell me to do, I'm going to do, right? And she was just a fantastic product owner, so inspiring. So for someone to go from never having even heard of it to being an amazing PO in 7 months was it was just incredible. And I still, that was years and years and years ago now, and I still think back on that as being, just one of the most successful projects and teams.
Well, that really sounds like a great story. Thank you for sharing that, Darryl. Unfortunately, we're getting close to the end of the week with you. We do appreciate you being here, and thank you for all that you've shared. If people want to connect with you and know more about the work that you're doing, where should they go?
Absolutely. If they're interested, they can look me up on LinkedIn by searching for Darryl Wright Agile, or they can look up our website. It's organa.com.au, and they can find out more about me, and I'd love to hear from them.
Absolutely. We'll put the link to those in the show notes. Make sure that everybody out there can go and strike up a conversation with Darryl. I'm sure he has so much more to share and would be happy to. So go ahead and start the conversation. We're a community after all. Darryl, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much for your generosity with your time and your knowledge.
Thank you so much for having me on, and thanks to everyone out there who's listening to this.
All right, I hope you liked this episode. But before you hit next episode, here's the deal. This podcast is powered by people like you, the members who wanted more than just inspiration. They wanted real tools and real connection to people who are practicing Agile every day. We're talking access to over 700 hours of Agile Gold, CTO level strategy talks, summit keynotes, live workshops, e-courses, deep dive interviews, books, and if you're into no estimates, we got the pioneers of no estimates in those deep dive interviews as well. Agile business intelligence, creating product visions, coaching your product owner courses, you name it. You'll get invites to monthly live Q&As with Agile pioneers and practitioners, plus a private Slack community, which is free of all of that AI slop you see everywhere, and of course, without the flame wars. It's a community of practitioners that want to learn and thrive together. It's the best place to connect with community and learn together. So if this podcast has helped you before, imagine what you will get from this podcast membership. So head on over to scrummastertoolbox.org/membership and join the community that's shaping the future of Agile. And we have so much for you. So check out all the details at scrummastertoolbox.org/membership, because listening is great, it's important, but doing it together, that's next level. I'll see you in the community Slack. We really hope you liked our show. And if you did, why not rate this podcast on Stitcher or iTunes? Share this podcast and let other Scrum Masters know about this valuable resource for their work. Remember that sharing is caring.